But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Yo.
Hello, bud.
How you doing, man?
Oh, what can you play, mate?
I've actually got something special today. I've written an original song, but
Yeah.
I'm really bad at coming up with titles. So I'm wondering if you can help me and title this song.
Title the song.
But-
What's it about?
Well, here's the thing. I want to do it a little differently today. I want you to give me 3 random words and see if the song that I play fits one of those words.
Right, 3 random words. Wales,
Wales,
Cardiff.
Cardiff, and that's like a city in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Premier League.
Premier League. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Wales, Cardiff, which is a city in the UK, and Premier League. All right, let's rock.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, kill it every time and we never fail. They can feel me in LA all the way out to Wales. Any problem that we face, that's what we solve, and we're the whales. Cause I stay intelligent like a dolphin, yeah. Come off the top of the brain, rappers I fill them with anguish, feel like a dolphin. Cause you know I'm speaking my language. I'ma put it down when I flex with the strong speed. Shouts out to Wales, I rock shows out in Swansea. Whoa, rappers they ain't ready for the Mackie. Whenever I be rapping, dog, I'm quick to make it happen. I go in, these other rappers do fail. Matter of fact, I swim deep like a blue whale. I play no part, I read no script, this is for art. I spit my lyrics direct from the heart. I'm not a whale, though I'm a shark. Every time I spit, I scare them, coming in like it's Jaws. I do lyrics off at the top, I spit this with no flaw, yeah. Rappers is rapping, that's cool, but Mac is an artist. Matter of fact, I bet they feel this, all the way out there in Cardiff. H-Mac, you better keep your distance. These rappers ain't driven, they driving they car different. H-Mac, y'all know I'm stretching the words. The way I rhyme is so impressive, I be flexing absurd. Yeah, y'all know that I kill it when I spill it right off the head, right? Shouts my man who done matched the red chair, right there to the red mic. I'ma call it how I see it when I'm on it, I'ma set these words free. Hit me up on the red mic, and he's rocking that jersey. And it's too hard to believe, when I spit, they be in a squeeze. H-Mac bring them to their knees, and I got that incredible sneeze. Y'all better believe, I be scoring like I'm playing in the Premier League. H-Mac really going deep in the zone, cause DJ Premier's in a league of his own. This for the hip-hop legends, y'all know that I I spit it from the fire of my scorching soul. On the field, I'm scoring goals. Take it to another level, never gonna settle. And I go against the grain. I'll be moving like a rebel when I'm doing it. You know I'm pursuing it. I'ma take it to the top of this, and I'ma keep on rhyming till apocalypse. I'm like I'm never dropping this, I'm laying it all deep in the pocket. I'm not the one for playing with. I take you higher and higher whenever I'm spitting, delivering fire. Shouts to my man, I got your jaw dropping. Y'all know that I'm putting these rappers in coffins. And I'm sick with the rhymes. Get your mind open like them blinds right behind. Oh no, y'all know that I'm ready to spark. When I rhyme, yeah, the lights go out. Kinda like your room going dark. But we turn them lights back on, cause I know that I come in strong. H-Max ain't rhyming tight off the tip of the metal. They gon' shine it bright, let's go. Y'all know that we put up a fight. Not only on this mic, I'll be controlling your lights. Yeah, off the tip with the dopest flow. For your lights, dog, my brain is the remote control. Let's go.
Wow.
Wow, right. I'll stop it. I'm not going to go on with a big, long intro because I'm already late. Fell asleep, guys. Sorry, man. I was rolling my things, you know, my spliffy doobies, my doobies. And then the next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call from Roger. And they said, I'm an hour late. I'm actually an hour and a half late. Sorry, guys. I fell asleep. I really did. Sorry. Bad me. So instead of like I usually saw Jim Ennis's observations, we'll do that next time because this it's now 12:30 for me. We've got 2 movies to get through, and this video of Mr. Teachings exploring the ice wall that's about 40 minutes long. So I'll just get straight into it. And try not to speak too much through it. But obviously I'm going to have to say some things. I haven't watched it yet. So let me just quickly say hello to everybody. It's all Roger Bada in the house. Anson's here, Fuzzy Foster. Good to see you guys. That's it at the minute. Baz as well. Think 9 watching though. But good to see you guys. The MD. Oh, Giannis said to me over in Rumble, PJ, your YouTube do not exist anymore. Well, last time somebody said that to me, my YouTube didn't exist because it got banned. The channel got taken away, but it does exist, Janusz, if you're hearing from somewhere, but I doubt it will be. But Janusz, definitely still there. It's definitely still there. I'll give you the link when we're in Flats at some point. Oh, the link, if anybody wants to come in. Sorry, forgot about that as well. There it is. Let's just get into the video. Let's get into it because I'm very, very, very late. Right. I need to find it. Let's just get into it. Right. Well, there we go. Let's just go for it. While this just initially plays, I'm going to go make a coffee and I will be back. I'm not even finished making my things yet. I've made 3. That's not enough for the night. Anyway,
On the flat Earth, Antarctica is not a small continent, but a giant, massive ice wall or ice ring that surrounds our known world and holds all the oceans inside.
right, it's Mystery Teachings. He's not like not that it matters for the flat Earth at the minute, but he's more into like New Age stuff, but not the New Age BS, you know what I mean, so to speak, sort of thing. But yeah, I'll leave it at he's got a different belief, but that's fine. He's definitely researched flat Earth. In these 3 years he's researched flat Earth and come to the conclusion that it's flat. So let me play this for you guys because it's 40 minutes long while I go make a coffee.
Now, some people on the globe side say that this ice wall does not exist, nobody has ever seen it, there's no proof of it, no photos, no videos, nothing. Let's talk about it. We all know that Antarctica is a small continent on the bottom of the globe, but if we look at it on the flat Earth map, that's an entirely different story because it turns into a massive ice ring that surrounds the entire entire Earth. And at the beginning, I just want to show you a couple of photos because I really don't understand why there are people out there who say that this ice wall is just a conspiracy theory, there is no proof, it doesn't exist, there are no photos of it. If you do a little bit of research, you can find plenty of evidence, photos, videos, and a lot of information, which is exactly what I did. So instead of spending this entire episode on proving that the ice wall exists, I want to do that at the beginning of the video so we can spend the rest of this episode to discuss all the details, the early explorers, what we know about this ice wall, some historical events, especially from the 1900s, and much more. So let's explore Antarctica together. Welcome to Mystery Teachings. My name is Gergő. If you are new to the channel, then welcome and namaste. Or if you are a returning beautiful soul, hey, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. So let me clarify this one last time. A lot of people say if the earth is flat, you're gonna fall off the edge. Where is the edge? Show me the edge. Ha ha ha. Especially people in those Facebook groups I mentioned back in part 1. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So these photos are bullshit. This is propaganda, and this is what you will find if you search on Google. But this has nothing to do with the real Flat Earth movement. As we discussed in part 7, 8, and 9, outer space does not exist, and even though it sounds crazy, we are in the age of awakening, the world is waking up, so I think let's accept it as it is, because if you haven't seen those parts, especially part 7, we clarified why outer space cannot exist as we know it. So these images are bullshit and propaganda. You're not gonna fall off the edge because we have a massive ice wall. So
Got to say that, yeah, he's on about his episode about there can be no space. Well, no, I haven't done that one, but we know about it. We don't have to like watch absolutely everyone. The last one we did of Mystery Teachings was about the ISS. The ISS, fake stuff in space, and not the fake ISS thing. ISS fakery. That's the one we last did. And he actually was in my comments. We had a little bit of correspondence. Said he would come and talk about it one day and talk about on his own channel. He'd make a video talking about his faith, what his faith, all that kind of thing is. On the kind of more, what would you call it, new age stuff. But he's saying there's a difference between the BS and the actual truth of it, sort of thing. But you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But we didn't need to know about space being fake because we know space is fake. You know what I mean? We know that high pressure next to a low pressure vacuum with no barrier is going to become low pressure. Yeah, high pressure to low pressure. Simple. It doesn't work. Anyway, this is about ice wall. Let's see what he says about it. We don't need to know the rest.
surrounding the Earth. All right, let's talk about this so-called.
Hey, Rog, how you doing, man? I need to put that.
Hey, PJ.
Thanks for calling
You get
me,
a
man.
sleep?
I wasn't even. You said I was an hour late. I was nearly an hour and a half late, bro. That's why I just
know.
got straight into it. So thanks for ringing.
Hold on a second, PJ. Rhonda glued her fingers together.
My goodness.
We're fixing it. Crazy glue, yeah. He's laughing. Hey, oh, Gabe, come over here. She wants to show you her fingers.
My fingers are glued. Where's he at?
He's right here. The camera's up here, huh? The
Okay.
camera's right up here. There you go. You got to get back away from the camera. There. She glued her fingers together. See?
They're glued.
Good God.
I just said they invent everything. So space above would be bottomless pit of hell. Yeah. Well, some say the crust of the earth is the
Is
firmament.
it firmament? Yeah. Who says that? I have
Oh, I
no idea.
wonder, is that Fuddy? Oh, Mr. Fuddy.
Yeah, Duddy. Yeah.
Oh, Duff. I think he did a video the other day. I don't watch his stuff mostly, but I think a video of TFP came out the other day. I'm not sure. You certainly don't. Yes, the trailer was ages ago for the documentary. It's meant to be out April. It's now, April, May, June, July. 3 months after April. Still haven't released this bloody trailer, this documentary, have they? Well, Neil.
Well, we're trying
Ice
hot water right now. I don't know if it's gonna work.
wall, which in my opinion
You got acetone, like nail varnish remover.
I might have some.
Try that. That might work a little bit.
is one of
Good
the
idea,
most mysterious and fascinating parts of the entire Flat Earth model. As I mentioned before, in this model, Antarctica is not a small continent, but instead a massive circular ice.
Now, the ice wall makes complete sense to me. I think that's more than likely how we're encased into the same level Earth, and then where the dome would meet the ground. I kind of think the ice wall is the kind of way it would be done. I think it's really, really possible, but we don't know for actual sure. But I would say it is an ice wall around us.
PJ, I think that's got a lot to do with weather too. That would probably cause a lot of our weather.
Yeah, it could be, and maybe because the reason why people can't get to where the dome meets the ground is because it's maybe way too cold, and nobody's actually been that far out yet.
Well, maybe I can take a shot when I get out that way.
Yeah.
Take a
Hello,
run
all
for it.
ice wall botanic seekers. How you doing?
Barrier that surrounds our entire known world, holding in the oceans like the edge of a giant bowl, if you like. It's a continuous, huge wall of ice that stretches for.
Sorry, just because his accent, I thought he said that huge ball. Then he said wall. I was like, what ball? No, wall. He said. Now, fair play to him. I like what he does, and he puts these into layman's terms. I think it's good how he describes it. And, you know what I mean? He does. He puts it in his videos, and every single one of his titles that I researched for 3 years, and this is what I came up with. He came up with like it's a level plane. Fair play to him. And he puts things in our layman's kind of terms. A bit like Mitchell from Australia used to do, like Flat Earth School. He used to put things in layman terms for people. I thought it was great. There's someone trying to say to people the other day that, oh yeah, Mitch is turned, he's gone back to a globe, you know what I mean? Flat Earth was doing in his life and his wife and all that, so he went back to the globe. And Michael comes like, full of crap. I've got correspondence with him. I talk to him all the time. He's still a flat earther. Anyway, sorry, I've gotten a little skew-iffity there. A bit of a tangent.
Tens of thousands of miles around the Earth. This is why you see endless footages of high vertical cliffs of ice when you see footages of Antarctica.
Yeah, it's always like big clumps of ice, big old walls. I mean, ice. I mean, look how thick the ice is, how dense it is, almost like rock. Yeah, man.
I think icebergs are alive and they're having babies, PJ.
Well, that as well, man. That as well. What happens if iceberg melts? Does it raise the level of the sea? That's what they're bloody telling us, but it doesn't. It's already displacing the water. So when it melts, it just stays the same. Going on about melting ice caps. It's got a flood. Flood the blood.
We're all gonna die, PJ, from something, and it's gonna be the ice wall melting.
The ice wall
drown.
melting.
We're gonna drown with the cows, PJ.
Ice wall melt. The firmament will go away, and that's it. We'll be shooked out. Oh no, we'll probably start swimming in the waters above. That may be happening. I don't know.
Surf's up, buddy. You know.
Surf's up.
The common images we can see are often from the coastal regions of this wall. And you might have noticed that whenever we see Antarctica, we rarely see deep expeditions into the center. We mostly see those cruise ships that go along these icy perimeters or the small research bases near the edge, but most of Antarctica remains completely off limits to independent.
Hey, Jimmy, it's good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I didn't do any of your observations, bro, because I was an hour and a half late, so I just got straight into it because this is a long video. So obviously, I didn't do any of your observations today, bro. Well, I did them earlier on, but yeah, obviously I had to get straight into it. Sorry about that, bro. We'll do them next time.
And exploration. And access is
Yeah, I put my stream off for. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So since you're running,
okay. Yeah. So you'll be. So how many hours are you on from now?
well, I haven't figured it out. I got another one on already scheduled for tomorrow, so I'm just gonna do that one, and I'll just reschedule this one for the day after.
Got you. I've already got tomorrow's stream out. Well, tonight's now. I've already got tonight's stream out. Sundays with the movies. It's already that. It's already there. I'll give you those links before we move over to Rumble for the movies. Yeah, but Yanis was in Rumble side saying, PJ, your channel doesn't exist anymore. Your YouTube channel doesn't exist. But yeah, it certainly does. It has changed its name since I've probably last seen him, from PJ Cruikshank to PJ's Angling for Truth. So maybe that's what maybe he doesn't know that.
He's using one of your old links. He said he still had it. I think that's what it was, probably.
Yeah.
He told me he was coming over after Flats's. So.
Right. I didn't start. My bad, though. I fell asleep. I was getting ready to go. I was just making. The door was open to make coffee. I was talking to people in chat. You know what I mean? And I quickly sat down and then just nodded. And next thing I know, I'm getting a phone call through WhatsApp, through Messenger, wasn't it? Was it Messenger? Oh no, it was a normal phone call, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, let's carry on.
Heavily restricted and controlled by international treaties, which I will talk about in more detail a little bit later.
Absolutely, there's treaties. There was a treaty put in place that nobody goes, nobody takes over and stuff like that. If you look even on the globe, at the bottom of the globe where Antarctica is, on the globe, on the ornamental thing that's not meant to be used as a map or a model of any sort, not for educational purposes, for ornamental purposes. But yeah, if you look at your territory lines, they don't go to the middle. They're just the outskirts of Antarctica for a few countries.
You want to hear Rhonda's opinion on the ice wall? She just said she doesn't want to be on a boat when it falls down.
Definitely not.
Yeah, no.
So in the flat earth model, the ice wall serves a very logical and natural purpose, since water always seeks its level.
100%. I mean, we don't know where it meets the ground, the dome, that. But I just think possibly it's got to be too cold to get there. Hey, Heaven, good to see you, sister. Sorry, I was an hour and a half late. I fell asleep. Hey, PJ, I got roped into washing siding today. Washing siding today. Washing siding. I don't know what siding is.
I don't get that. Siding like on our house, probably.
Yeah, or maybe I don't know. Let me know what you mean by that, Erin. Oh, the house. Okay. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
I nailed it up right there. I did.
You did. I've just never had the siding before. Oh, the hoosey. The hoose. Got you. Oh, hoosey like. Got you. The shack. Your old shack.
I nailed siding today. Look
at that. Nice.
And cannot curve, especially around the sphere, there must be something holding the oceans in place. So the ice wall makes perfect sense in the flat earth model because it acts like the edge of a giant lake.
Absolutely. I could say that myself. See? Layman's terms.
And look, the ice isn't bending either, PJ.
There you go.
Oceans from spilling outward. Without this barrier, the water would simply have no physical containment. But this ice wall is not just a simple formation of ice, but is believed to be part of a much greater structure, the boundary between our known world and whatever is beyond.
Like I say, we don't know that for 100% sure, but it makes sense that would happen.
Many people who have researched this subject believe that what we call Antarctica could be just a small part of a much larger landmass that extends far beyond what we officially know.
Mr. Supers, good to see you. Good to see you with that.
and what is officially mapped. This idea goes to ancient maps that suggest the existence of huge unexplored lands outside of our known world, sometimes referred to as extra territories or beyond the ice wall. So when we look at the
beyond the ice wall, beyond the dome, I mean, extra territories, I mean, that's spoken about by people, but there's absolutely no proof for it. There's no proof for it whatsoever. I don't think so. Yeah, that's something, I mean, he's just talking about people believing that, but I don't think, like Dave Weiss thinks, extra lands outside there. What's the point in talking about that if you've got no proof for it? Talking about extra suns and lands have got their own suns as well. Come on.
We could have
No
30
proof
suns,
of that.
BJ, and 30 different domes and 30
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Yeah, like living on a golf ball rather than a bloody banana. You know what I mean?
Or
yeah.
is stunning and massive ice cliffs. We are not just looking at frozen water, maybe we're looking at the very limits of our known reality.
I was a jet. No pros where I'd immediately pilot my airship. What's that answer said? Because then you have to ask what then? Oh, I must be talking to somebody now.
Hey, can I say, Heron, you should look up a thing called Operation S, and it's in the Land Beyond the Poles. It was a naval expedition, supposedly, that explored Antarctica and the North Pole.
Wow.
With airships, like big blimps and stuff.
Yeah, true. Like space, it keeps getting on and on. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about some more details, and I had a little chat with AI again, and it tells me that mainstream science claims Antarctica's coastline is roughly 11 to 12,000 miles long, which is 18 to 20,000 kilometers. However, Flat Earth researchers suggest that this number could be much larger if Antarctica is actually a circular ice ring surrounding the flat Earth. If you imagine the Flat Earth model where Antarctica wraps around the edge, some estimates suggest it could be 60,000 miles over 95,000 kilometers or more in circumference, essentially the outer boundary of the world. The visible ice cliffs along the perimeter of
I mean, yeah, it could be even be a lot longer because it might have a lot. It might not be perfect. It's not perfectly round, is it? It's going to have jags. It's got to come out in places. It's got to, I mean, maybe from a distance, from a bird's eye view, it might look like a circle, but there's going to be parts jutting out, you know? So if you're going by the outskirts of the wall, yeah, I suppose it would be a hell of a lot bigger.
Do you know any lands that look completely circular, PJ? Anywhere?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang. Well, you look at it from space, it all looks circular, right?
Oh, of course. Of course. Everybody that looks from space.
Yeah, from a million miles away, like the Discovery takes pictures of the Earth. And
Oh, yeah, like when they were halfway between the Earth and the Moon back in 69, you know, when they took that, a funny thing happened on the way to the Moon, you know. They were meant to be so far away from it when they couldn't have been.
that was them in that footage. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, they didn't yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Putting cardboard on the windows to make it look like it's like when the Earth filled the whole of the window, but they put a little circular template there to make it look like in a dark room it's in a well in the distance. Come on.
Then when that Apollo 12 when they did that footage, but that would they get the idea of previous footage from Apollo 11.
Right.
Yeah.
What wouldn't surprise me at that? They had script and everything. There's the script's right there. There's times when they're there and he's at when the first one he tells someone to talk. You hear him on the radio, it's like talk, and that's not how you do it. I mean, when you wait for someone to talk, you don't. If they're not talking, you wouldn't go talk. You'd say, "Yo, can you hear me? Roger that. You know, can you roger that or whatever?" But no.
What?
It's like
Roger
talk.
that. Yeah, it was like a director cueing Neil to say something.
That's right. That's right.
often stand 150 to 200 feet above sea level, which is 45 to 60 meters. Of course, that's only the visible part. The ice continues deep below sea level as well. Behind the initial wall are massive inland ice shelves and high plateau areas that rise thousands of feet inland. When it comes to the discovery, Antarctica was officially first discovered in 1820 by several explorers. You can see them on the screen now. However, none of these early explorers ventured far inland. They
Anson said, sorry, I missed it. If there were people or animals, plants from other lands would have come in contact with them by now. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, of course. Somehow, somewhere on the outskirts, of course.
Yeah, but see, this date right here they're calling for, the 1820. No, dude. What Clark and Cook went down there before then, dude. They didn't call it Antarctica though, neither. But they were right there on that peninsula, dude. And
of course,
they found Tasmania and parts of New Zealand and what was it, Deception Island, and they're like 10 or 12 islands they found off that coast. And they went to the so-called Antarctica back then. So I don't know who the other guy is. Let's see if he says anything else about him.
Go for it.
mostly sailed along the ice walls they encountered, seeing massive frozen cliffs surrounding them. For many decades after, Antarctica remained almost entirely unexplored inland. Most early expeditions only saw this frozen outer barrier. Now, the early reports describe towering walls of ice blocking further travel, something that fits the ice wall narrative quite well. Thank you, ChatGPT. And the famous British explorer James Clark Ross encountered a massive ice barrier later named the Ross Ice Shelf, one of the most famous parts of the ice wall visible today. He described towering ice cliffs 160 plus feet high that stretched as far as the eye could see. And this is the really interesting part. So Captain James Cook, a British explorer, led 3 major voyages of exploration in the late 1700s. On his second journey between 1772 and 1775, he was tasked with searching for the supposed Terra Australis, the great southern land that many believed existed. Instead of finding a large southern continent, Cook encountered what we today call Antarctica's icy regions.
Look at the curvature, man! Wow!
He sailed.
So PJ, they're all named like the same names as a Star Trek, Voyager, Enterprise, Endeavour.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Star Trek kind of took all them names. I remember that. Even in like Star Trek Next Generation with Picard. Look, his name. Yeah. August Picard. Yeah. All based on things like that. Yeah.
Real stuff. Yeah.
What did Mr. Super say that Buzz agreed to? To be fair, there are many potential cryptids here. I got you. I believe none of the history we are told. So many lies. Well, yeah, that's true as well. I believe some of it, but not all of it, you know. There's certain things they put in history that's not true. And yes, I think there's some years lost, not as many as some people think, but I think there's a few years lost at least somehow, but not thousands like people say. But yeah, I get you, Jay. I get you. It is hard to trust information on history nowadays, you know.
The first introduction I had to that was with what was his name? Campbell on Autodidactic. He dug into history and the chronological history, and then it was in the first century after Christ that when they were reinterpreting the pre-scrolls from the year before, they saw a J and they thought it was a 1.
Got you.
They just translated it straight over and added 1,000 years to the history. That was the first story.
There you go. I mean, it's simple mistakes like that can be made, and people just jump onto them. And you know, even though they get corrected sometimes, people still stick to the narrative before it got corrected. You know,
makes sense. Doesn't make
I just
time.
put
get
on
any-
I just put on deodorant, and it's meant to be invisible, and it's come out pure white. It's meant to be invisible deodorant. You
Is-
go, stupid.
You got the invisible white deodorant.
Yeah, invisible. It's invisible to some animals, but not humans.
I need an infrared camera to find it.
Exactly.
South multiple times, exploring as far as he could, often running into the ice barrier. But because of the extreme cold, storms and icebergs, he never actually reached the mainland of Antarctica itself.
That's the problem with it. It's really cold. Before you go, it's colder and colder. So maybe that's why nobody's been to the very, very where it meets.
But I hear it never snows there, sir.
Yeah, hundreds of years. Apparently, it just blows about. The snow, it's already there.
No accumulation falling from the sky or nothing. Never seen it
No.
happen.
No, madness, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So is Jaron. He's mad.
What? Why are they making everywhere wink deodorant? Won't they have a shower? I don't have shower. I use a shower. I have showers after and put deodorant on afterwards. But then I just woke up. Obviously, I woke up. So it was like a quick spray.
What's up with the wink
South,
too?
instead,
I know, the winky wink.
Aaron, what's the wink for?
The
What is
winky wink. Just because she's joking.
I know.
Beware of the winking man or the winking lady. That's what it says in the Bible. Beware of the winky.
Give me an idea for a sideshow at a circus. The winking
There
man.
you go. There you go.
he circumnavigated around the ice. Here is where it gets interesting. Cook logged over 60,000 miles, around 100,000 kilometers during this voyage, as he attempted to circumnavigate the southern regions. Why is this strange? If Antarctica were truly a small continent at the bottom of the globe, the journey around it should have been much shorter, somewhere around 12,000 to 18,000 miles maximum. But if Antarctica is instead a massive circular ice ring surrounding
Oh, I know, Aaron. I know. No shit, PG. I'm seeing commercials for deodorant that are made for junk and crotches and whatnot now. Yep, absolutely. You get certain shampoos for there as well. Wash stuff and all that. It's madness, isn't it?
Hold on, guys. I just ate. Please, thank you.
You just what?
I just ate, and I don't need to know about that.
Yeah. They say it's
You've
safe
seen those commercials, though. They are gross. Dude.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, by the way, it's the 6th for me now. It's my birthday tomorrow. So when I do the movies tonight, the other movies, not this one's we're doing now, but tonight's movies, that'll take me into my birthday. And then it's meant to be my day off. But I'll have to get a few hours sleep and come on in the afternoon and do a birthday stream because it's my birthday, I suppose. And it's been requested. And obviously I'll have to say happy birthday to Pebbles' man, I think it is. No, Little Wing. Little Wings, man. Little Wings, man. Yeah.
James
on
was
Monday
his
too.
name?
Yeah, Alan.
Alan.
Yeah. So I'll do something Monday, but I won't have a topic. I'll just be making a birthday stream. You guys come with the links. I don't know, funny stuff. I don't know, nothing over 10 minutes, and we'll just go through videos or whatever. Do whatever. I won't have a topic. Just come with links, whatever. Funny stuff, serious stuff, whatever on Monday.
Well, I'll email you a cake.
Thank you. Vicky's already sent me a birthday card, but it didn't come to the post today, so she's hoping it comes on Monday. It's not yet. Tomorrow, Heron. Day of birth, PG. Yes, absolutely, my day of birth. 7/7/76. I was one in all the sevens.
Dude, take it back to conception. That's where your birthday is.
Absolutely.
There's people that do that, though, aren't there?
Well, yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
But to me, that's when, as soon as you're conceived, that's when you're alive.
Yep.
the flat Earth, then a 60,000-mile journey makes much more sense, because he was essentially sailing around the entire outer edge of the known world.
I think
How
so.
about that? And just to make sure that we include some penguins as well, because if you see Antarctica, you have to see penguins. So here we go.
There you go, guys. Some penguins. We didn't
Those
see
are some
that picture. We didn't see
dedicated
that
dads.
with TFE, did we? No penguins with
No.
TFE.
Well,
No,
there's
that's
not
right.
any at Union Glacier though. They say there ain't.
Ah, I don't care. I want
Yeah.
to see a penguin.
Yeah, you get to see one. But those
I don't
dads,
care what they
sit
showed us. Whatever they showed us was not a 24-hour sun. Never.
No, they-
Never.
now, so these penguin dads sit on their eggs all season, dude.
Aye, they do.
They breathe it out. They're tough.
Tough buddies. Tough buddies, man.
This is
Don't
from
go
National
about that.
Geographic, and what you see is that the penguins are walking on top of the ice wall. So that's just one example. Now it's time for the first bonus today. I usually give you the bonus at the end of the week.
That penguin looked like he was going for a suicide dive.
Yeah, he'll make it though, man.
Aye,
The
of
water
course.
isn't like concrete from that height, is it?
Oh, well, that's what I'm saying. You know, people say, yeah, it's fine if I drop from a high height over water. Just land like, yeah, you do. Yeah, if you could point your toes enough or point your hands enough if you're diving, you might get away with it. But if you're hitting the water from a really, really high height, you might as well be hitting concrete. You might as well be.
You got to share Jim's last post.
Pia and what? Pia and Gwen.
I don't get it. It sounds kind of like it though.
I don't know what it means. But,
Penguin.
oh,
Penguin.
penguin. Penguin. Right. Yes, of course. Jim,
He-
love it, bro. Sorry, I
he's
just woke
related.
up. Roger just woke me up to do this bloody stream.
Why would I do that?
I was only an hour and a half
related.
late.
Telling you, he's related to penguins. He's a bird man, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's weird. I can't believe I fell asleep right in the chair making my joints. Weird.
It happens.
Hey, it does.
Video, but today we do it differently. I have two bonuses for you, and this is the first one, which is basically the longest uncut footage that I was able to find about the ice wall. It was recorded from an airplane, and I just let you enjoy this footage, and we will continue after.
I mean, it is. I'll turn it down a bit. We need the music on. Yeah, I mean, come on, it's quite long. That is quite, I mean, and that's from a plane. But some people's perspective, that might look big. But it's huge. That's bloody huge.
I think they've tracked about like 400 to 500 miles of ice wall in
Right.
the southern ocean. Yeah.
Right, and this is probably, those walls are probably, I don't know, 150 to 200 feet high, maybe?
Yeah, a little
This
bit
is a
higher. I
guess.
think.
Maybe this is a guess from me.
That's a
Not
plane, though.
much.
So you got to think angularly. So
Yeah, angular and distance, absolutely.
it's huge.
Absolutely.
I bet you it's cold. I mean, just
Mhm.
throw that out there.
Absolutely. I mean,
It goes all the way to the ocean floor, though. That's
I mean, look how long that is, man. I mean, I know they've just been there a few minutes, but it just shows you how sheer it is.
I don't think we're meant to live there, PJ.
I do not think so. I think it's put there for a reason, and there's not many wildlife does live there, is there? I mean, penguins do, but that's maybe about it.
There's a couple albatross nests here and there.
Well, that makes sense. They are at sea, in the mix of the sea. Albatross, steam bugs, without a doubt.
Seals won't even go there.
Wow, I didn't know this. Didn't know this footage existed. Footage existed. This how long this has gone on for. I really didn't know this existed.
We've gone at least 30 miles or so far.
Yeah, I would say. It's in like seas in a plane. Nice.
I hate the way they describe airspeed because it don't make any sense. The mainstream Yeah. You're
Right.
relative to the air around you. You're going that fast, no matter if you're going against the wind or have a tailwind, that they still average the speed
Yeah.
relative to the air around you is stupid, I think. I did a show on it like a week or two ago.
Heron said that if there was a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, it would have similar terrain to the North Pole, which according to Schmoogle maps, it doesn't even compare. Nobody talks about this. True. 100%. 100%. I agree. Heron, I agree.
Isn't there a rumor that there's an ice wall in the north too? I remember reading like the Smoky Gods, and they talk about an ice wall surrounding Hyperborea. So,
Well, man, I don't know. Never been there, but you know, absolutely, it's a good point, Heron. It's a good point.
I want to ask Jeremy Clarkson. He might know.
Who?
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue with some more interesting stuff, and things are gonna get more and more interesting and even mind-blowing as we go ahead. So let's do it one by one. First, I saw this meme, Google
Antarctica from space. I mean, come on, look, it's so many different cartoons. So many different cartoons, so many different colors. The only thing that's consistent about anything in them pictures is that the background is spacey looking. That's it.
Dude, you should watch the Peter Markley video he does about Antarctica.
Oh, Peter! Oh, God. I did a reaction of Peter's when he was saying about that. Was he pleasing to Christ? No flats. Me and Vicky did a video on that. You know, that was enough. That's enough, man. He's just an idiot. Pretends to be.
He got mad at me and Justin and said that we were making fun of his sexuality because JJ said he's kind of fruity.
He's fruity. I'm telling you. What's that, Aaron? No, Mark. Even before the severe indoctrination program kicked in, it showed an ice wall around the north. Sorry, north. There you go. That's what Roger. She's saying that.
I got what she's saying. Yeah, but I mean, there's mention of it in a couple of the old tales and novels and stuff.
Yeah. But that's it. Like say, I mean, we don't know what's true about history half the time, you know. I mean, there's certainly things that happen. We can tell that they happen. There's proof that certain thing happens. But some of the stories are embellished by the winners, by the leaders. You know, they don't tell the exact truth.
From space, why all pictures are fake. And you know me, I did the same in part 3 when I googled photos of the globe from space, or in part 7 when I googled real photos of space itself. And if you see those episodes, you know what happened. So here we go, you can do this for yourself. Here are some photos of Antarctica from space. And indeed, what you see is very interesting. I mean,
Wow, very consistent. Duffy's up to something. Well, I did say Duffy put out a video.
Did he?
That's only 15 seconds. Hold on a minute. Script.
John is meeting it.
Oh, right. So who just made this?
What is it?
11 subscribers. Oh, it's from 10 years ago. Let me quickly show it.
Okay. If somebody hijacking your channel, hacking you, PJ. I'm going to change the name of your stream. Hold on a second.
That's the thing. When I was saying hacking in that video, I was being sarcastic. Obviously, I know it's not proper hacking. Oh, Janusz is back in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for you. I was an hour and a half late, Janusz. I fell asleep. It doesn't work for you. Look, I'll put in this link from YouTube for this stream. And see if it gets you there, bro. See if it gets you there. Where's my YouTube? Yeah, it is. There we go. I didn't know Janusz was there. Because I don't take much note of Rumble until now. There you go, bro. There it is. There you go, dude. That's the YouTube. It's maybe because I changed my name from PJ Cruikshank to PJ's Angling for Truth.
Yeah, but when I look up Cruikshank on Rumble, I still get you.
It's weird. It's weird. Well, that's what they do sometimes. That's what they do.
There's another point, a valid point I want to make. I looked at the surveys of Antarctica, and none of them are consistent. Neither the land surveys, the geodetics. No, they come up with different sizes. Every different survey.
There you go. There you
growing continent.
Operator, please give me the Pentagon in Washington, Navy Department.
Oops, too bad.
Is that what they do at the Pentagon?
Admiral Fangschleister's office.
Hello. Batman speaking.
Oh, hello.
Who is it?
Batman.
Oh, Batman. Hello, Batman. Ahoy. What can I do for you?
Hello, Admiral. A routine question. Have you recently sold any war surplus submarines, and if so, to whom?
Well, just a moment. I'll have to look that up.
The Navy just sells submarines, right? Is that what it is?
Keep practicing.
Cool, Yanis. Cool.
Answer affirmative, Batman. We disposed of a war surplus submarine last Friday, a pre-atomic model, to some chap named P. N. Gwynn.
Oh!
P. N. Gwynn.
There you go. Now you got it.
This P.
Yeah.
N. Gwynn, leave an address.
Just a post office box number. Would you like it?
No, thank you, Admiral. You've been very helpful.
YouTube might tell me to cut this bit out. I don't know. We'll see though.
I hope
Has
not.
to be late, Batman.
It might be okay. It might be okay.
Your tone sounds rather grim. We haven't done anything foolish, have we?
Disposing of pre-atomic submarines to persons who don't even leave their full addresses.
Good day, Admiral.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
Gosh.
A penguin in command of a pre-atomic submarine.
Grave situation.
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice one. Nice one.
That one in the bottom left corner. Is that a real photo for you? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, lovely and real that looks. It looks beautiful and real. Fantastic. I mean, all these real photos. I'm so glad they put them there, because if they didn't, I might think the earth is flat or something.
The third one from the left, PJ, that looks so real, doesn't it? Look, you see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
what the heck is that?
I don't know, man.
It
Like
looks
somebody
like
threw up on a map.
It looks like someone, like, I don't know, Galactus took a bite out of the earth.
Huh? Could have been.
any of these are real photo for you? Do they look real? Well, guys, I'm not sure, but as I said, you can do this for yourself and decide for yourself. Now, the next interesting thing is, what I wanted to find out is the average elevation of all the continents. And you can see it here that Asia is the highest with an average of 950 meters. These are excluding Antarctica. And if we look at the average elevation of all the continents, excluding Antarctica, is...
Yes, Jay, of course, they all look fake. They all, but some of them more than others, but they all look fake because they are all fake. They're composites. They're
yeah, the globe's the only map that works, PJ. They're so accurate, you know.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah,
approximately 583 meters. Now, why is this interesting? Because the average elevation of Antarctica is approximately 2,500 meters or 8,200 feet above sea level, making it the highest continent by average
elevation. Yeah, and we do know that. They do say that. Absolutely, 100%.
Elevation. Isn't that interesting? Here is a chart for you. And this again suggests, this is the official data, that Antarctica might be indeed a giant ice wall and not a small continent. Now, let's talk about another thing, which is the Antarctica sailboat race, or also known as the Antarctica Cup Ocean Race, because some people on the globe side often point to this race as proof that Antarctica is a small continent at the bottom of the globe. But when we look at the actual routes, it becomes really clear that they don't circumnavigate Antarctica directly at all. And as always, I wanted to verify this information. So here is what I discussed with ChatGPT again, and it tells me, here is the truth, what they actually do. These races usually follow a path around the Southern Ocean, staying at a safe distance north of the Antarctic Circle. typically between 45 and 60 degrees south latitude. The racers never actually hug the Antarctic coast or sail directly around the continent. They're racing around the world, not around Antarctica. One example, the Antarctica Cup Ocean Race is often quoted as covering 32,000 miles, which is way more than the Earth's equator, which is 24,901 miles. Now pause and think, why would a race that circles the Earth below the equator be longer than the equator itself?
Exactly. How could it? How
Well,
could
you know,
it?
ocean currents, winds.
Exactly. Hey, Janusz.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
Jan.
In this
Good to
matter,
see
I
you,
have
bro.
a great link for you. Just 1 minute or something, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
exactly about what the video is. I will drop it in a second.
Okay, cool.
There you go, this is what the AI tells me. And it continues. On the globe model, this doesn't make much sense. The circles of latitude are supposed to get shorter as you go south. But on the flat Earth model, where Antarctica is a giant ice ring around the known world, it makes perfect sense that the route would be much longer. Important details. There is no known official race that
Yeah, they will answer, and they'll say things like, they will say it's because code's so squiggly, which is weird in itself. Yeah, squiggly, so you've got more faces, more distance to go around. Yeah, that's exactly what we'll say, Anson. You're right. A nice roll, pretty straight, gently curving. Yeah, some of it certainly looks that way. Definitely certainly looks that way.
directly circumnavigates Antarctica along its coastline. That's logistically, physically, and politically very difficult due to the harsh weather, the ice barriers, and the international Antarctic Treaty restrictions.
That's
Even
it.
Guinness World
The restrictions is always there. Yes, you can get that. We never say you can't get that. We just say it's made difficult, very expensive. It's all controlled. If you try and go, all controlled. You're
I
not
can
free.
testify.
Yeah,
I can
you're not.
testify.
Go on.
LLE is gonna charge me an arm and a leg.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on there. Janusz just put a link in there. Hold on. Oh, look. Let's have a quick look at it. Let's have a quick look at it.
Yeah, they're the
Just a
only
quick
flight
look.
out of there too.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting video. Short one, but interesting.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at it. Looks good. Right.
Made it.
Say again.
Who made the video? The rabbit
It's
hole.
I don't know, but it's on Janusz's channel. On
Yeah,
his-
the rabbit hole. Travel.
He's got the.
He grabbed it from somewhere.
Around any of these areas, okay? There's North America, South America, Africa, India, Russia, China. Okay, so very similar to this map. North America, South America, Africa, India, China, Russia. Okay? Only thing different, Australia. There is no Australia here because it hasn't been discovered yet. This is 1587. Australia wasn't discovered until 1606. That's why that's not there. But my main question is, if this is a globe flattened out and this is on the bottom, what? Right? What the fuck is this? There's no ice on it.
Right.
And guess what? Antarctica hasn't been discovered yet. Antarctica was discovered in 1820. If you look, oh look, there's an alligator, there's a camel, warm weather animals. So, you want to explain to me, first thing, what the hell is this, all this land? And second thing, what froze them? What happened between 1587 and 1892 where those areas got frozen?
I can
Very
tell that
interesting.
guy what those are. Those outer lands are actually
has no list.
Sorry, say again, Roger.
they're swatches out of all the other continents. The names that are on those continents, those are actually just pieces of those continents.
Yeah, I
it's
don't like
a-
them sound effects either, bro. I hate them. They're a pain in the butt, but people use them a lot for, ooh, this
Yeah,
is
exactly.
freaky.
People nothing about it.
Here-
I could edit it. I could edit it out, but I don't do it. I just leave it there as it is.
No, it's the I do as well. I mean, yes, when I edit other people's videos, I edit my transitions into them, but I never change what they've done. as such.
Yeah, because later people saying, "Oh, you already did this video. It's not really," and so on. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, spooky, Jay, spooky. But yeah, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, but the outer land is just a piece of like Africa, and a piece of like they're like cities. If you read the whole map, you'll be able to read which one those are. That's not an outer ring of lands. It's like, you ever look at like a smaller section of a map and it has like a city blown up on it to the side?
Yeah, of course. So it's like a projection.
Yeah.
It's a projection of a part of the country.
Yeah.
The continent.
That's why you got camel here, an alligator. Yeah.
Could be. That makes sense.
For a complete circumnavigation of Antarctica by sea, hugging the coast. How about that? So, you know, when people say that, oh, flat earthers are always lying, well, it looks like it's actually the other way around. I'm sorry, but not sorry. And now let's talk about my favorite part of this entire video and one of the key figures in the exploration of Antarctica, Admiral Richard E. Byrd. And there's a lot to talk about him.
He said a few things, old Bagdy boy, didn't he? Said a few things that you make you think, old Bagdy.
You should read his diary, man. It's always a must.
Have you read it yet? Nice, I'll have to have a look at that.
Discoveries, his interviews, Operation High Jump, UFOs, Hollow Earth theory, and much more. So let's do it one by one. So first of all, this is a famous photo of Admiral Byrd, who is again the most famous explorer of Antarctica. And right behind him, what do we see? Yep, that's a flat Earth map presented as a 24-hour clock. This is
It is. I mean, come on. I mean, that's an AE map right there. It really is.
The original David Weiss. He's got a big app. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Is not a meme or a theory. This is an official photo.
Yeah, Janusz says South Pole is called ceremonial pole. South Pole double speak. There is no South Pole because we are not on a globe. Exactly. And which one? There's 7. There's 7 South Poles. 7 ceremonial South Poles. Madness, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all red and white too, aren't they?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, I think Vlad did do a few streams on their maps. JR, I think he did. You're right.
Yeah, he did.
Anson says, I think it was more about policing and restricting travel than exploration. Yeah, maybe.
You should watch that interview though. It's pretty neat. The one where
this interview. This interview right here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that'd be good. I wonder how much he's got to show, if any.
I have full version on my channel.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
And, you know, why would such a map be displayed behind one of the most important explorers unless there is something deeper we are not being told? Now, let me show you a small part of an original footage from one of his missions and listen to what the narrator says.
Southward ho! The start of one of Admiral Byrd's 6 expeditions. Later, Byrd charts the course as the ship, her masts outlined against a scarred ice wall, nears the end of a...
The scarred ice wall. Nice language there.
14,000-mile journey. The sea is strewn with loose, broken ice, but the sturdy ship crunches steadily on to her improvised berth against the ice barrier.
Yep, he called it an ice wall, not a mountain, not a beach, not a
continent, just an ice wall. Right.
Supposedly the ice wall is has the highest elevation on Earth.
Yeah. He actually, literally just before you come in, he actually said that. He went through the elevations of all the continents. And this is one of the
I wish I could see it myself, just go there, but we can't.
That's the thing. We're not just free. They say we're free to go. Yes, we can go, but we're not free. We're controlled. To get there.
I get you. But Janos, you want to take a trip with me, you can come down and get a start on it.
Nice.
rocky coast, but an enormous ice barrier that stretches endlessly. And again, this is not a theory, this is directly from their own documentaries. Now, here's a page from the 1930s edition of
Yeah, gatekeeping as well going on in bars, absolutely. Well, the Webster's Dictionary, okay.
the Webster's Dictionary and Encyclopedia, which clearly says that in 1930, Commander Byrd
The 1930 Commander Byrd discovers new land in Antarctica, which is 1930. Wow.
Yeah, that's Little America he found. That's what he found.
Aye.
discovers new land in Antarctica.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, if Antarctica is already fully mapped as a small continent at the bottom of the globe, then what exactly did he discover? Why?
Exactly, in 1930. Are they saying before 1930 they didn't have Antarctica at the bottom of their globe? You know? Come on.
Well, the globe's fairly new concept, you know, PJ.
Well, of course, but they say it's bloody, it's been about since you docked.
2,000 years ago.
Everybody knew it was a globe back then. They say everybody knew when Galileo came about and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Copernicus and
Copernicus.
Archimedes and all that kind of stuff. You know?
Aaron Crusty.
Yeah, Aaron's crossed his knees, yeah, that we don't know if he's real or not.
Yeah, good question.
Why do they mention new land or more land at that time when we apparently knew everything about Antarctica? Now let me show you the famous interview which you probably seen before, or a small part of it, which is an authentic interview. It was aired live on television in 1954, and you can see, or you will see, what he says about discovering a new land. And this is just a small portion of the interview, so if you guys want, I can upload the full interview separately. So if you want, you can check it out. Just let me know in the comments below.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North
I would
Pole
just upload it anyway. People go watch it. I would just upload it.
and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventure?
That's good, Aaron. I never trust. I always consider. Very good. Very good. Because considering can lead to the trust or lead to the distrust. Probably justifiably. Justifiably.
I want to ask her, have you ever considered trust?
Yeah, I have trust.
You considered it too, huh? All right.
Yeah,
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Young American.
I can tell you.
Yes.
Trust me.
Nobody.
Oh, I just went back to the start.
I can tell you, trust me, trust no one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
How about trust yourself first, and then we'll work it
Trust
out
God.
from there. Yeah.
Trust God before anybody.
There you go. That'll work.
Absolutely.
Not only to live in,
All right, Bazza, bless you, bro.
but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world.
Admiral, do you hope to see that?
I do.
So we have an official...
He definitely says, look, come on. He doesn't say it's a continent. He says, well, like, nice, well, come on. He did say this thing. But he didn't say everything, did he? I mean, there's maybe a bit of gatekeeping going on there, you know? But, yeah, it's certainly not what they say.
Nope. The Navy has nothing to gain by that if they hide stuff, do they?
Yeah, of course. Military, they're part of the government, of course.
Yeah.
Duper smart.
That's the duper smart.
When you have knowledge and control it, you have really great power.
Yeah, that's right. That's true, 100%.
US Navy admiral who spent decades exploring the poles, saying on national television that there is land beyond the South Pole bigger than the US, never seen by humans.
Wow.
And we have the footage, which I just show you, calling Antarctica a massive ice wall. So if this doesn't raise red flags in your mind, I don't know what will. Maybe the next part will, because that's even more mind-blowing. So Admiral Byrd had 5 expeditions to Antarctica between 1928 and 1956, all of them US Navy backed. And this interview which I just showed you was from 1954. But if we go back in time a little bit, there was a biggest operation, a massive military operation in 1946-47.
Let's check this thing out. Task Force Operation. Oh yeah, of course. Operation High Jump. Then they've got the little thing round the edges like the flat earth, and then you've got that penguin there in a little circle. Come on. Even this looks kind of truth in plain sight a little, you know.
Are those feet at the bottom of the penguin? Yeah, they're feet. Okay.
Yes, the feet.
It don't look right, does it?
Yeah, it's a bit sus.
It was called Operation High Jump, and it was officially presented as a training mission to test
Operation Fishbowl, things like that. I mean, come on, why are they calling it fishbowl? High jump.
If you're looking for those, I have several videos on each topic.
Nice, nice.
Military readiness in extreme cold conditions. But when you look deeper and we look at the details of how many people and how much equipment they took, so this was the largest Antarctic expedition in history. It involved over 4,700 military personnel, 13 ships, including the USS Mount Olympus and the aircraft carrier called the USS.
It's a lot of military ships. It's a lot of military people. What are they doing? What are they doing, eh?
Trying to make a base, probably.
There you go. So I know she's putting links in for what he was talking about. It's one of them topics.
The high jump, Dominic. Yeah.
Yeah. This is to do with Operation High Jump. That one. Fair play. Give that a look, guys. That one's an hour and 11 minutes. Give that one a look. It looks good, man. The Truth About Secret Land, Operation High Jump, U.S. Navy Antarctic Expedition, 1946. Admiral Richard Byrd. Yeah, man. Give it a view, guys.
Yeah, I just think it's pretty amazing that people could actually think that this could go on the motion of a spinning ball in the middle of a vacuum.
Exactly.
Think about it. All that still.
Yeah. Like they say with that who was it was talking about it? Was it P. Bain? I can't remember. Talking about like if you're on a globe and the ball is moving, you know, the water's got fluid dynamics. It wants to go in a straight line. But if there's a ball under that water moving, you know what I mean, and there's curves, it's going to take it off its straight line. There'll be all different kinds of currents, and it just wouldn't work. Everything would go to the middle, you know.
That's P-Brain.
That's P-Brain it was, some good
he
stuff.
even demonstrates that stuff too. Yeah.
Sorry.
He demonstrates it with his balls and stuff. He shows you how water moves on a surface.
He demonstrates it with his balls.
Yeah.
He flicks his balls about, does he?
Yeah, he does. My balls are better though.
And 33 aircrafts, including helicopters and flying boats.
How many aircraft? How many?
I don't know. I didn't catch
Listen.
USS Mount Olympus and the aircraft carrier called the USS Philippine Sea, and 33 aircrafts.
33. 3. No doubt.
No Masons here, right?
No Masons there.
Including helicopters and flying boats. So why do you need such a huge military power to Antarctica, which is supposedly just a frozen continent? This is full military force. Why? And what happened next is even more interesting, because during the mission, multiple aircrafts were destroyed and actually a few crew members died as well. And the official story was that it was due to the extreme cold and the harsh weather, but if it's just a training exercise, why did it go so wrong? And actually Operation High Jump was originally planned for 6 to 8 months, but it ended after only 8 weeks. Now, here is the part that most people never heard about, and I tell you something, it's gonna be a little bit mind-blowing. So, according to several whistleblowers and some unofficial reports, Admiral Byrd and his team encountered unknown flying objects during the mission. Let me show you some photos of like UFOs or whatever flying discs that apparently emerged from the water, moved at impact.
Yeah, that could be true as well, Anson. I mean, how much is real true? I know, bro. I know. We can't always tell to put people off trying. Absolutely. That could be true too.
I want to go with a theory here right quick. You ready, PJ? I think they were trying to fly past the dome, and they kept wrecking their damn planes doing. They're flying too high.
Maybe. Exactly. Maybe. Yes. I mean, because at some point, it's going to start, the inside surface of the dome is going to start dropping in altitude. You know, so they would bump into something.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Possible speeds, and basically it was a technology far beyond anything the US military had at that time. And if you look at some of these photos, it's really interesting. These are apparently leaked or recovered from Navy archives. If you look at just this one photo, it looks like a war zone.
It looks nuts. It does look nuts, doesn't it? I mean, look, what the heck? Look at the size of that.
It's exploding, dude. Yeah.
That's nuts. They lowered the flight ceiling to 1,300 feet.
Do you know maybe if Sov is going to stream tonight?
So probably will, yes. So probably will.
Right. Because I missed
yesterday. Let me just go and see if he's actually. I don't think he's started. If he is,
he should be starting.
He's usually started by now. He's usually. Well, I mean, when I'm live, he's usually starts it. For me, it's 1:42 in the morning. I started late, but for me, he usually starts at like 1:35. 1:35. He usually starts for me.
I think he starts in usually in 15 minutes or something.
Okay.
Like a half to.
Oh, you've got to remember, he's on his. Is he still on his backup channel, Rog?
Yeah. He's
still on his backup, right?
On Rumble, yeah.
Yeah, he's on Rumble as well, but in YouTube, he's using his backup channel because
I don't have his YouTube backup channel. Let me check it out.
I'll go get it for you. I'll get it for you.
Okay, grand, cheers.
Well, there's some dude named PJ doing a live right now.
All right.
That's what I'm getting.
Sov's Place. It's called Sov's Place, this one. His subs are going up.
I have it. Cheers.
Oh, you got it. You already got it. Mm-hmm. I'll put it in for people anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't say at the minute that he's got a live. Well, let me just check. No, he hasn't got anything up at the minute, so I'm not sure if he's on tonight. I'm not sure. But guys, that's his backup channel. In case you haven't got it, I'll put it in the chat there.
It's really strange. So, what happened during this entire mission? It's very interesting. And here is a quote from Admiral Byrd after the mission. He said, "The United States must prepare for..."
Thomas in the Who's. Good to see you, Thomas Morgan. Good to see you, bro.
For the possibility of enemy craft that can fly from pole to pole at incredible speed. He never explained where this threat came from, but many researchers believe he wasn't talking about Russians, he was talking about something beyond the ice wall. Now here is where the story splits, because after Byrd died, apparently there was a diary found by his son, and that diary claims that...
Is that what you were talking about, Roger? That diary?
That was. Yep.
Is that the one? Right.
Yeah,
he entered
This diary, people going through it.
Cool.
A few videos. Just can't remember the title of the videos. Just too many to find.
No
Found
problem.
few. I don't know. I have many more
Cool,
related to subjects.
You've got everything.
Not anything, but a lot. Yeah.
He's a regular Alexandria library.
He's a hoarder. He's a hoarder of videos, Johnny.
All in Antarctica, and he was taken into a hollow earth by some advanced beings or aliens. This is where the hollow earth theory comes from, and it's a little bit of a wild story, but some people believe it. In my opinion,
I'm not sure what the substance is. I'm not sure what the actual substance is at all, Thomas. It does say it's as like a solid glass. As molten looking glass. It does say that, but it doesn't mean to say it is glass. That means it's like. But I think it's solid. I think it's solid structure. But what it's made of, I do not know.
this is a fake story. I don't think hollow earth.
Sorry,
if it wouldn't be solid, Operation Fishbowl wouldn't have a place because they were trying to destroy it, go through it, so they couldn't. So I don't think so. Anything could stop it, unless it was going into the water. We don't know exactly what happened there.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so. We live inside. Drop in and see us. So this is hollow earth, man.
Well, the sky is in the middle, PJ. And the sun and everything else. Yeah.
But if that was the case, if it was like that, everything would have line of sight. Everything. Wherever you go, you know what I mean? If you lived in a hollow earth and you're plugged in the opposite way of a globe, like in the inside, you're going to be able to see everything. You know, line of sight.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
I think there's like an ether-like substance in the middle you can't see through or something. That's what the theory inside is.
It's madness.
This is what David Koret's people believe, by the way.
It's a mad concept.
I will have first-hand knowledge about the ether when I buy Tesla machine. It's like $11,000. I'm going to buy it. It supposedly takes the ether from the air and cures you, heals you. And for me, I need the one thing. So if it helps me, then I believe in ether.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about it. But, you know what I mean? I'm open to it. I'm still open to it.
Is true, but I think that this entire story with the diary and the hollow earth was intentionally planted into people's mind to cover up what really happened. Because if you think about it, what if the real discovery was not inside but beyond the ice wall? So what if Operation High Jump was not...
Thomas Morgan, what if the firmament is working like a glove, but down here the earth is a level horizon? I don't know what you mean by working like a glove. A glove fits over the top of your fingers.
Yeah.
That means it would be over the top of something. But the Bible doesn't describe it like that. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure what you mean like a glove, bro.
Didn't he say God made the firmament to separate the waters from the waters?
Separate the waters from the waters. Absolutely.
That's what the
100%. And we need...
That doesn't sound like a glove to me, but
we need solid containment for gas pressure.
Yeah. You wouldn't develop a pressurized system without it.
Right.
Some training, but about reaching the ice wall and discovering the lands beyond it. But then they found some other beings, or who knows, you know, who they met, and the whole thing went completely wrong. So the idea of extraterrestrials and, you know, aliens is something we're going to talk about much more later in the series. But here is another interesting thing.
Yeah. Aliens? No. We see aliens, I think, as demons. Absolutely.
That will make you think a little bit even further, because why we have these structures in Antarctica? They look exactly like pyramids, 3 corners.
Hold on. So what if you was above the earth looking back, you might see a globe? but as you come back into Earth, it's straight line.
Huh?
I still don't get it. I don't get that, to be honest, bro. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that.
Perfect geometry. So how is this possible?
Sorry?
Draw the diagram panel and see.
If you could, it's a pity in the chat you couldn't have something like that where you could put in little diagrams, you know, stuff like that, little pictures. It'd be cool. What the heck is this?
On a continent supposedly covered in ice for a long time. Who built these and why? We will talk about maps in much more details in a separate episode, but if we look at this map, then you can see that beyond the ice wall there are other continents. So the idea of more land beyond the ice wall, it's...
Yeah, I agree with that, Anson. We got the high footage, it still makes no difference. Elevation, it's flat. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I agree, bro. I agree with that.
Doesn't sound crazy at all. Or here is this one, which is apparently a...
See, this, I'm not, yeah. This is, I find there's no, yeah, people have drawn this, but that means it's like, is that outside the containment? Or does the containment go over that also? I don't think there's any proof for this whatsoever, and it looks very strange. But that doesn't mean to say there's not something like this. It just means I haven't seen proof of this. I think this is a bit of a fairy tale.
World map that was discovered a long time ago, apparently in a Buddhist temple, and you can see our known world in the middle. And the number of continents around, that's mind-blowing. But as I said, we will talk about maps in a separate episode and the idea of more lands and extraterrestrials in another separate episode later in our journey. I just wanted to show you this, but basically maybe what happened is that they took our known world and the map of it and they wrapped it around a ball and they...
That's it. That's it, and they stuck Antarctica at the bottom. Yeah, that's the simple truth of it.
There you go, that's your globe, and we believe that there's no more place to discover because we already discovered everything. So it's interesting. Now,
yeah, I agree with that, Thomas. I agree with that. Not really thinking of any model, just my thoughts. I honestly don't think man can model the creation. Not properly, not accurately, because we haven't seen it. We haven't seen the full creation from an outside perspective. We're on it. We're on it. We're in this reference frame all the time. We need to be at this reference frame to be able to do that, you know, and we haven't been. Can't be. So no, we won't. Sorry, Roger.
I got a picture of blue marble.
You have? That's amazing. I've never seen that before.
Time for our second bonus today, as I promised earlier, and it's from an old documentary, some short clips about Admiral Byrd and his expeditions.
Now, why is the South Pole important? Why do we go down there? It is because the bottom of the world is an untouched reservoir.
See, he even calls it the bottom of the world, you know? So it's like, it's kind of two narratives there.
Natural resources.
Southward Ho! The start of one of Admiral Byrd's 6 expeditions to study the weird wonders of the amazing Antarctic. Later, Byrd charts the course as the ship, her masts outlined against a scarred ice wall, nears the end of a 14,000-mile journey. The sea is strewn with loose, broken ice, but the sturdy ship crunches steadily on to...
God obviously put Job in his place about measuring everything else. Yeah, it did say it's immeasurable. It did say that.
...for improvised berth against the ice barrier.
Mexico, sorry.
Ashore in Antarctica, the White Continent. Soon scouts are searching for the snow-smothered site of earlier camps. Proudly, Old Glory is run up to fly again over Little America. The local inhabitants look on. Blocks of snow melted down in subsurface vats provide water for the camp. It's a tedious process. 2 gallons of snow yield barely 2 quarts of water. The friendly penguin is among the most hardy and primitive of birds. Of all the animals who roamed the once tropical Antarctic continent, he alone has survived. A little supervisor in full dress, lord over a lifeless wasteland, slumbering still in the ice age that gripped the northern hemisphere 30,000 years ago.
Yeah.
This is Little America, the southernmost city in the world.
Yeah,
By air,
absolutely.
man has explored vast chunks of the Antarctic 6 million square miles. Admiral Byrd returns from a scouting flight with only minutes to spare. A savage blizzard is about to strike.
Only minutes to spare. A savage blizzard is about to strike. Yeah, that could
Didn't
be.
he say 30 million years old too, PJ?
Sorry, bro.
He said 30 million years old too.
Oh, yeah. 30 million.
And
Those
60,000.
are million, billion, trillion, gazillion, Googleplex times. Not to exaggerate.
You'll never understand, Pete.
Never, 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 never.
Whirling up from the pole, as all storms here do, it brings ice-edged snow lashed by fierce winds. In their shelter below, members of the expedition study photographs taken on Byrd's flight. Above, the storm reaches full fury.
Yeah, you really can't trust these. You can't. I think that, yeah, there could be psyop to this, propaganda, you know, music, like Anton was saying there with the music, all that kind of stuff. It kind of grips you, you know, it makes you think you're coming into a movie. Look what they're doing here. Yes, and there he is. He's getting off the plane. And now, soon, there's got to be a storm. They have to bear the storm. I wonder if they're strong enough. Dun, dun, dun!
I'm changing my name. It's going to be Full Fury from now on.
And a bunker in Antarctica. That's true. Got out before the weather changed. Did they say? Where have I had that before? Did that not happen recently with a group that maybe went to, where was it? Was it the North Pole or the South Pole or Antarctica or something?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, something like TEF, T-E-F, F-T-E, or T-F-E or something. Ever heard of them? Yes, they should go outside into the 24-hour sun. Oh, that's fun, DJ.
Bring some suntan lotion.
Absolutely. I almost see the sound effects wind machine. The violin music. Oh, they're in danger. They need to watch. The weather's getting worse and worse. They maybe have to bed down for the night.
Get the rations out.
Yeah.
A navigation class underground.
That is sound effects. You hear that? That's not. They're not hearing that. That's not the weather. That's wind doesn't make that noise. That's a sound effect. Let's listen again. Sound effect.
Yeah, I heard it.
That wind is a sound
howl,
effect.
though, DJ.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, you get strong winds, but they never sound like that unless they're going through a little pipe or something, you know, a little conduit. If it's forced wind through a little conduit, like a pipe, it's like music. It'll whistle. It'll whistle. You know that, Mr. Super. You know that. Like compressed air, putting air through a pipe will make that whistling noise. There's no pipes or anything about that. That's a sound effect.
No, but again, howl.
Yeah, there's no howling. It's a yeah, it's weird. It's weird. He says it sounds like a grinder.
A navigation class underground learns more of the world's coldest, windiest continent, where temperatures reach 90 below and wind.
Oh, that's weird. When TFE went, I didn't see any wind. None at all.
Nah, perfect.
Yes, PJ, I wasn't going to run them out. I definitely didn't have TFE's look when the weather. No, exactly. Exactly. TFE, they were sitting there, they were sunbathing, bro, tops off and everything. You know? Madness.
200 miles an hour. Preserving food in storage lockers is no problem here. Many experts envision the Antarctic as a huge deep freeze cabinet. Surplus food could conceivably be stored with assurance that it would be there hundreds of years later. Meat freezes so hard that it must be chopped with an axe. The fury of the storm is spent. The men can now reclaim the frozen world.
Hold on. The meat freezes so hard, you need to chop it with an axe. Wouldn't it be easier to saw it? I mean, yes, it's hard, but sawing it, I think you would still be able to saw it. Wow.
World above, except for a thick, fresh.
It was just made for the views, you know.
Yes.
So, like, of course, you can keep yourself your meat in the freezer, and you can cut it, you know, but you can take it somewhere and defrozen it, yeah. So,
Yes.
just for the show.
Of course.
Frosting of snow, there is no change. Crews soon are at work digging out. A tractor is freed from its cocoon of snow. Man and machines have conquered the Antarctic wastes. Dog sleds carrying vital information collected on the expedition, and their drivers abandon Little America and return to the ships.
You certainly can't trust this footage. It's interesting, but you can't trust it. You can't trust it.
Well, anywhere meat freeze, bro, you know.
Yeah.
Got to cut it down with an axe.
Aye.
Those longtime friends of the bird expedition.
They got the penguins into the shot. Funny penguins. Go get in there. Get in the shot, penguins. Do some funny wiggling. Go and wiggle that butts. Wiggle them butts, penguins. Oh, yes, that's a brilliant shot.
The penguins say goodbye. The natural resources of the Antarctic must be left behind. Coal, oil, uranium, and penguins. Ahead, the long voyage home.
I think it's important for us to explore that area, important for the human race, to find out what's there. That is why when this crisis is over, we expect to go back. Perhaps some of you students who are hearing this talk may volunteer to go back with us. We'll be glad to have you.
Some of us may answer this call to adventure and journey with Admiral Byrd back to the poles. Truly the ends
Hold on. This call to adventure, is it not meant to be about getting information, getting knowledge, find out where you're living? It's not meant to be about adventure, is it? You know, that's to dramatize it. It's
exploration, is what it's supposed to be. Right?
Exploration, yes. Get knowledge of where you're living, what's going on in the world. So why would it be what you just said?
The Earth.
Admiral Byrd died on 11th of March 1957, and less than 2 years later, on December 1st, 1950.
Medal of Honor, USA Navy, October 25th, 1888. Triple eight there.
Well, the second line is supposed to be a Rear Admiral Byrd, right?
2, 3, 4, 5.
R-A-D-M.
Yeah, you got your Baphomet star there as well, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You got your Baphomet star on his pretty much a Baphomet star, you know. It is. It's more like a sheriff's badge, but what is a sheriff's badge? Baphomet star.
pentagram, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
59.
I just call it Baphomet Star, but yeah, of course, pentagram.
The Antarctic Treaty was signed, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But that's a very short time between the death of the man who had explored Antarctica more than anybody else and the moment when all major world powers suddenly agreed that no one is allowed to go to Antarctica, no exploration, no military activity.
Oh, yes, of course it is, Jay. The year Celtic were formed, 1888. You're right. Absolutely.
No.
Watch this. He's right. Completely like, watch. Celtic, Scottish Old Firm team, Celtic v Rangers. I'm a Rangers fan, but he's right. They were formed 1888. I'll show you the badge. Right, images. There you go. Right, so move this a sec.
So football's been around a while, ain't it, PJ? Yeah.
Sorry, yes, absolutely. I mean, Scotland were ahead of the game when it came to football. There you got Celtic, and this is their badge. Look, the Celtic Football Club, 1888. There you go. Fair enough. Well spotted, Jay. Well spotted, bro. That's a Fenian team. That's the team that I'm against. I'm a Rangers.
Editorial claims nothing. It's really strange, especially after what we discussed with Operation High Jump itself. So what is the Antarctic Treaty? It was signed in 1959, entered into force in 1961. The original signers are 12 countries, including the US, UK, the Soviet Union, Argentina, Australia, and others. As of today, more than 50 countries have joined. It declares that Antarctica shall only be used for peaceful purposes and scientific research. No military bases, weapons testing, or resource mining.
And they all agreed to it. When today they can't agree with nothing and go to war. Is it part of the narrative? Is it part of the world script or not? Yeah, man.
Well, I hear they use it for grifters to like fake stuff too.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Exactly. Actually, Rangers was actually formed before Celtic. Rangers were 1872. Celtic was 1888. So yeah, Rangers was 16 years before Celtic were formed.
Well, are you going to show the Rangers?
Sorry?
Are you going to show the Rangers logo? Show us the Rangers.
I've got. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. I'll show you Rangers.
Bring out your team. Yeah. Where you
I'll
at?
show you. I'll show you. Right. I haven't followed in a long while, but if I was to follow again, it'd be Rangers I'd be following, sort of thing. There you go, it's Rangers badge. Rangers badge right there.
They got the line, huh? Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Rangers, and there you go. It's 1873. That's the building. That's where they play. That's Ibrox. That's Ibrox where they play. Let's just check it. Hold on. Let's quickly check out Ibrox. There you go. There, Ibrox.
That's a hell of a field, PJ.
No, there's Ibrox. Dun, dun, dun. There's another pic of it there.
Is that a full contact sport, PJ?
What? Full contact? No.
Oh man.
Sometimes it is full contact, but it's not meant to be full contact. There you go, Ibrox.
You should do what us Americans do.
There you go.
You should do what us Americans do.
The treaty is indefinite. There's no.
Sorry, say that again.
So you could be like America and do full contact football, man.
Of course, Rangers have connections with the Lodge. I know. I don't go to the political or religious side of it because Celtic are Catholic, Rangers are Orthodox, Protestant. You know what I mean, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't go to the religious or political side of it. I just like the team.
PJ,
End date. On the surface.
Sorry.
No worries. I've dropped link to the video. It's like a 20 minutes, but only the beginning is really important. It's about the logo of ChatGPT. Very interesting.
Okay, okay.
I think we looked at that one night already.
Publish. Hold on. No, it's not giving me. It says, but no content found.
You have to copy full link and paste. Because if you click it, it doesn't go. So it's just too long name, too long link.
All right, hold on.
Because as you can see, half of it is like a blue, rest is black. That's why it doesn't work.
Right, let me just try this. Paste.
It didn't let me paste it neither.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's not letting me. Hold on. Now I'm able to copy it from the bottom up. There we go. It's better. If you start at the bottom, it lets you copy it. If you
yes,
try to highlight it.
I got you.
And copy it right now. There it is. Oh, wrong one. 26. There we go.
It's a bit off topic, but I want to share knowledge with people. Oh, it's 6 minutes. Okay. Well, we won't be watching full 6. Just beginning is important.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Right, get that. Right, let's do it.
So who's Rim Man?
Literally,
That's what I want to know.
About how insane this is. You can't miss this video.
I've seen this dude before. I think I've used him before, actually.
He has good videos.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm about to show you is probably going to get me called a conspiracy theorist, but you're not going to want to miss it because I'm going to do the experiment on camera. I'm going to show you this is legit. You don't have to take anybody's word for it. You're going to see it displayed in front of you, okay? If you're wondering what I'm talking about, somebody sent me this information and I did the experiment myself, and we're going to do it together right now. Take a look at this. So we are going to download the ChatGPT logo. Take a look at this. File save as, boom, ChatGPT.png. Okay, boom. You see the logo here in Photoshop, right? This is the logo of ChatGPT. Bear with me because this is genuinely mind-blowing. Look, if we rotate this so that it's straight, and now I'm going to duplicate it. So now there are 2 of this logo. You see this, right? You see there's 2 of this logo now?
Yeah.
2 of the ChatGPT logo. Now I'm going to flip this one over. The left one, I'm going to flip it horizontally. Now watch this.
Wow.
You can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. Literally,
always in plain
is
sight.
on the Israel flag.
Yeah, in the mud. Wow.
In the center of what looks
And
to
Israel
be
is very deep into AI and technology. I know it because I am working in technology, so I know what gear we are getting and from where. So, yeah.
Mad.
Globe, a heliocentric model globe. And yeah, I mean, what does this mean? Is this a coincidence? Do you really believe this is a coincidence? I'm going to come outright and say I don't believe this is a coincidence. And that's why I said I'm probably going to get called a conspiracy theorist for making this type of video. But the truth is the truth. And I did a lot more research. On this channel, I don't just present some random fact and then say, oh, that's the end of the story. We look real deep into things. So let me show you what else I discovered. Before I show you that, though, let me make this a little bit more clear for you. Look, if I merge these layers together and then I highlight the star in the middle, right? So we grab this star in the middle. All right, let me cut this out. So it's not going to be 100% accurate, but to show you the point,
PJ, hold on a
cut it
second.
out, right? And change the color of this star to
Yeah. You notice there's another star on the outside of that star.
Yes.
Look at it again.
There is. Yeah. There
There's
is.
2 stars, David.
Yeah, there's a bigger
Double.
one. It's a bit more rounded, but yeah. There's a star that.
say blue, okay? And then we change the surrounding thing to, let's say, white. And then let's add a background so that it's clear to see. Do you see it now? It's pretty obvious, It's pretty obvious. Wow. Okay, so now let's get into the deeper information that I really want to show you. And let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Do you think this is a coincidence? Or do you think there's something pretty strange going on here? Because I certainly do.
Hey, you! Grab something epic at www.
Yeah, man. Fair play. Nice one for that. Yeah, it's mad. I haven't seen that before. I haven't seen
All
that.
logos, they have a double meaning, you know, whatever you take, if you start flipping them, playing with them, putting one over another, connecting like top bottom or left right is always a meaning in them, always.
Yeah. 2 seconds. I'm going to refresh. It'll boot me out. I'll be back in 1 sec.
Hey, Giannis, how's it going?
Oh, great. All good, as always.
You finally got here, huh? Took you a while,
What?
huh?
Say it again?
Took you a while to get over here. Took you a while to get over
Yeah,
here.
I just freaking stuck on the video, you know, and I was watching, and I forgot to come to the PJ. I came, you know, and then I've checked the links, and because PJ changed the name, I was like, oh shit. So then I gone to the Rumble, and they left the message, and I did, oh shit, I forgot. I came back, okay, I'm here.
But you missed out on all the fun. Rhonda glued her fingers together earlier.
All right. Yeah,
Get the nail polish remover out.
J.R. Hertley. Okay, Google Chrome 666, you're correct. So, there's a deeper meaning.
Flat Earth, Antarctica.
Chrome, yes. That's how it's called browser. But engine on which Chrome runs is called Adreno. So it's adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. I get you.
Yes.
Yeah. Where were we? It was about. Yeah. Yeah, about you know.
Looks like it, the treaty.
Yeah.
50 countries have joined. It declares that Antarctica shall only be used for peaceful purposes and scientific research. No military bases, weapons testing, or resource mining are allowed. The treaty is indefinite, there's no end date. On the surface, it sounds great, peaceful science, protection of the environment, and no wars. But why is Antarctica the only place on Earth that's protected like this?
And nobody tries to get it. Nobody comes out of the treaty. Nobody breaks the treaty or anything like that, you know? Come on. That's not what countries are like. That's what Western nations are like. They all want to take over something. They all want the land. They all want the minerals, the oils, you know? Come on.
Well, PJ, I think the corporations that are behind each nation are slowly mining all these resources from around the ice rim. And they don't want anybody else to have the crap, dude. That's why they won't let you go explore. Yeah.
Right.
This. And why is it that nations who are usually at war with each other and they disagree on pretty much everything, they suddenly agree on Antarctica? Isn't that strange? Why is the treaty still in force after over 60 years and no country has ever broken it or challenged it, even though oil...
They don't talk about it. They don't challenge it. It's not like, oh, let's review this treaty. You know, should we still have this treaty? It's been put in place and they haven't questioned it since. You know, look, how many countries is there? Come on. And they all did this treaty and not one of them's questioning it. Not one of them's reviewing the treaty. It's just, yeah, we stick to this. But yeah, let's fight all the rest all over the world. You know?
I can name you one building they have all these flags in front of, PJ. You know what building that would be? It's in Manhattan.
Which building?
It's called the UN building. Has all of these flags in the front.
Of course, the UN building. Of course.
Gas and other important resources are supposedly there. These are very important questions. And most importantly, why is no independent exploration allowed? Why is it that we cannot go beyond the 60th parallel without permits or military escort or insane costs? Because
exactly. Yes, you can get there, but it's a big old hassle. It's controlled. You're not free.
Yes, you can take a tourist trip to Antarctica. As you can see, there are plenty of websites, but these are carefully selected and controlled zones. So they will take you to an area where you see penguins and snow and some icebergs, but don't expect to get anywhere near the 80th parallel or the ice wall itself. Many people say that regardless all of this, what we just discussed so far, If you want, you can go to Antarctica because there are many options. Now let me show you a couple of examples what happens if you try to. I have a few examples for you, and the first one is a short clip of a couple of guys who just get on a boat and they started to sail towards Antarctica.
Oh, yeah.
Here is what
We
happened.
know this one. We know this one.
Hey, it's a Navy destroyer. He will yield. He'd be thinking, that cheeky better not cross my bow. Stop, Josh. They take it seriously.
What did they say?
You got to yield. You can't just fucking. They think you're going to charge them.
We don't know for sure, but I think they did say something. No, they did.
They come back last call. Yeah, fucking talk to them.
Actually going around. He's turning. Stop. He's turning. He is actually.
See him turning. See them coming towards him.
He's turning.
Wonder why.
No, he is turning. Fucking hell, what have we done now? It's turning, Josh. Just sit still.
He's slowed down, has he?
Yeah, he's really slowed down.
Maritime police.
No, we were in trouble.
What for?
It's coming to us.
Look at how calm that water
He's got the
is.
shits because.
Yeah, it's quite calm, isn't it? And that's near. It's not even at the 60th. They're probably what 57. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
coming up to it.
They're from
Maybe a
New
bit
Zealand,
more.
right? I think they are.
Yeah, I think so. Well, coming that way, they're definitely Australian, New Zealand kind of accent. So I would presume that way, definitely.
Say one more thing.
As what
Ah,
we know.
took it back to the bloody start. So try to pause it for you again.
That's all right.
There we go.
You're
Right,
there.
Brian.
Okay. Yeah, I went to apply for my passport. Man, it's going to take a lot just to get that done.
I know.
I have to submit an application, and then I got to get accepted.
Yep. And everything's got to be perfect in your application. Like here, when you do an application, they give you boxes to write in, small boxes. If you write touches the edge of the box or goes over it, it doesn't allow it. It's for a computer to read it, so it doesn't allow it. Oh no, it's rejected. You need to do it properly, and it's a pain in the ass. There is a place here we can go to Portsmouth when we need a passport a bit more quickly, and you pay more for it. Go to Portsmouth, you'll get it quicker. But just try to do it to the post office. Even the post office charge they've got what do you call it? They do a thing where you pay them and they check over your application to make sure it's okay. Now I did that. I paid for it, sent off my application, still didn't get it because they said the writing was over the box. Now that was checked by someone. I paid them to check it. Sent away and I didn't get it because they didn't check it properly.
So I got to be careful with this thing, huh?
Yes, 100%. I mean, I don't know how your applications are. They'll probably be different from ours, but ours have to be written in a little small boxes, individual boxes for each character, and it's got to be block capitals, as you know.
He's turning. Stop. He's turning. He is actually turning.
You said about the ship yesterday.
No, he is turning. Fucking hell, what have we done now? It's turning.
I'll leave it playing. I've got to go for a pee.
Josh, just sit still.
He's slowed down, has he?
Yeah, he's really slowed down. No, we were in trouble.
What for?
It's coming to us. He's got the shits because.
This is Warship over, channel 16 over.
16.
Yeah. Exclusion area, please report your intentions.
Who the fuck's that?
We're heading to the shelf to go.
Just say we're out fishing, heading out fishing. No, we're just heading out fishing. Get the dinghies out, boys.
Now that sounds like wind on the microphone.
Going that way.
Okay, let's just assume that somehow you can manage to pass this area and these military ships will not see you, and you get closer to the 80th parallel line, which is basically the shoreline of Antarctica. Now here is a short clip about an icebreaker ship, and listen to the details what they say about this ship, because that will probably find you.
Wow. Size of this thing.
I think it's Russian.
Is it?
Yeah. No,
HMS Protector spends up to 330 days a year in the ice-packed seas of the South Atlantic and fulfills a unique support role. This ice patroller is equipped with 2 cranes capable of lifting up to 60 tons of supplies. With 4,741 horsepower and a uniquely shaped bow, Protector has the capacity to break through thick ice. Up to 65 personnel on board are given huge amounts of responsibility, rotating within a 330-day patrol. HMS Protector also provides support to the British Antarctic Survey, providing manpower and supplies to the 2 stations that secure a British presence in the area. The vessel arrived at Portsmouth Naval Base in May 2011, tasked with renewing the Royal Navy's ice patrol presence in the South Atlantic. But the Protector, which finally departed Teesside at the end of last week, is a ship far better suited to serving on the edge of the frozen wasteland. Serving on the edge of the frozen
Edge of the frozen wasteland, eh?
wasteland.
The ice makes it impossible for ships to reach any of the bases for about 8 months of the year. We can only get through between November and March. That's summer down here. After that, the power of the ice is so great, even a modern ship would be crushed if it was trapped in it.
Okay, we still have some options.
Down a bit. See, some of it's quiet and some of it's loud. I've changed the volume.
Because let's say if you are rich and you have your own private jet or airplane, then you can just get on the plane and just fly to Antarctica. But again, that's not very simple, and here is a short clip of what happens if you try to do that.
Set up a demo today with this Cessna and the Air National Guard. I'm going to be inside of this Cessna and we're going to be going rogue. We're going to fly into that no-fly zone and we're going to see how the Air National Guard does it. They scramble the fighter jets to come right.
We're on.
Flying for miles and miles until...
Okay, we've just entered the no-fly zone now.
Our pilots aren't talking to air traffic control, ignoring their calls to reach them. That triggers an alarm at the Air National Guard base. These fighter pilots scrambling to their jets. They're on alert and ready to take action 24 hours a day. Today, racing to their F-16s,
Those are Raptors, man.
suiting up.
What? Raptors?
Raptors, yeah. So
Is that what they are?
Yeah, they're interceptors, dude. They're flying in to get you. Going to Antarctica, not today, boy.
What a craziness, eh?
Yeah.
Antarctica Treaty. Yeah. You know when LJ is in because that's the type of comment he'll come out with. Hey LJ, good to see you, bro.
I'm trying to see what Anson's avatar is. It's like a little meme.
Of course, Sharon. We've been saying that. We've been saying that. Aaron says, anyone else considering this is propaganda to make it sound too risky and difficult? Yeah. Yeah, we've been saying that. We've been saying that.
Climbing on board and rushing to the runway. Taking off to intercept our rogue Cessna. Reaching the target in just minutes. This is the view from the...
Even the way they're talking, very dramatized. Yeah. Sorry, Roger, you were saying something before.
Nothing. I was just wondering. I wanted to know what Anson's avatar is. I can't see it.
Oh, his avatar, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what it is. Go to channel.
I tried to go to his channel. It took me to their little temporary thing. I want to see what it says.
Yeah, I can show you. All right, hold on. Let me just try some advice. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Yeah, I think so. I will show you what it says.
The reveal. I've been trying to read it. That's why I wanted to see what it says.
Right, hold on. Where did it go?
He went to Antarctica.
Hold on.
Ah, there it is.
There it is. Oh, I can't really see what it says because it's big. Haha, it doesn't show you in a good thing, but it looks like a Roman Empire.
Yeah, it looks like a Nero or
Yeah.
a Caesar. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. There you go. There you go.
Got a Colosseum town.
Right.
Like a star fort in the middle.
Yeah, couple of Roman emperors or whatever. Colosseum there, yeah, of course. That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah. It's a full fury.
Aye.
We were listening to wind blowing in the microphone while you were gone there for a second. It didn't sound anything like.
I know, it's not mine. That definitely sounds right. I just got rid of the bloody video. Now I'm going hold on. Cancel. Video file.
He's making a tourist resort in Gaul. Okay.
On the flat Earth, on and just fly to Antarctica. But again, that's not very simple, and here is a short clip of what happens if you try to do that.
We already seen that.
Set up a demo today with this Cessna and the Air National Guard. I'm going to be inside of this Cessna, and we're going to be going rogue. We're going to fly into that no-fly zone, and we're going to see how the Air National Guard does it. They scramble the fighter jets that come flying for miles.
Oh, of course it is. Of course, that's where it is. It's from Asterix and the Mansions of God, of the Gods. I used to read a couple of Asterix. I didn't read it religiously, but I've read a few annuals when I was younger. Yeah, he's making a tourist resort in Gaul. Guys, I just don't know. Yeah, I was not part of it, but yeah, I get it. I get it, bro. I get it.
That's kind of cryptic, man, isn't it? Think about it.
I'll show you. Hold on. Right. There you go. I'll show you guys just quickly what it is. I don't know if you know it. You've never ever seen the Asterix comic. It's about it's French, about Gaul, things like that. This is it's one of the covers there. Look, something like that. Asterix. You got this big dude. There you go. That's that's more common stuff. This is, I remember this. Asterix and Obelix, the origins, Europe comics. You ever seen them before? No?
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah, quite common when I was a kid. Oh, look. Asterix in Britain, life and work of René Goscinny at the Jewish Museum, London.
Ooh.
There we go.
They're based on, it looks like mythology almost, the way it's.
Well, yeah, a little bit. And mythology and a little bit of history. Definitely.
Until
Okay, we've just entered the no-fly zone now.
our pilots aren't talking to air traffic control, ignoring their calls to reach them. That triggers an alarm at the Air National Guard base. These fighter pilots scrambling to their jets. They're on alert and ready to take action 24 hours a day. Today, racing to their F-16s, suiting up, climbing on board, and rushing to the runway. Taking off to intercept our rogue Cessna. Reaching the target in just minutes. This is the view from the F-16. That's my Cessna right there.
Intimidating as you would think it would be. Look at that fighter jet. He's right off our wing.
Another F-16 swooping in on the right, calling us on aviation frequencies.
You have been intercepted. If you hear this transmission, acknowledge the radio call and rock your way.
He wants us to identify ourselves. We're a rogue aircraft, remember, for this demonstration, so we're not going to respond at all and see what this fighter
You are ordered to turn to the northwest.
The fighter jet giving us one last warning. After all of this, the pilot still won't listen.
Yeah,
the plane
propaganda.
won't leave the airspace. Will you shoot them down?
If required, we'll execute the rules of engagement.
A fear tactic. This is a fear tactic, I think. Yeah, it could be a wee psyopy thing.
Per the commander of the North American Aerospace Defense Command. And yes, we would do that.
Shoot the plane down.
If it meets the rules of engagement, yes, we would, to defend the airspace.
And finally, the last clip I want to show you about this is what a lot of people say, that there are many, many scientists on Antarctica.
He got back to me on his last video. He was quite new, but his channel's getting more subs than that to me because after he obviously puts out the way he does his content, you know, we're a lot better. But he got back to me last time I did a stream on him, and we had a little conversation in the comment section. He's got my email address. He said he would come and talk at some point, but he's very busy. He said he might do a video on what he actually believes, you know, because he's kind of new agey. But he says there is a BS side to it, sort of thing. So he told me he'd do a video on that kind of thing, explaining how he sits spiritually, sort of thing. But yeah, he seems like a nice enough guy. He did tell me his name, but I can't remember it offhand. I think he's Hungarian. I can't remember. I might be wrong, but I think he's Hungarian.
As of right now.
Hey, Greg in the Rumble side. Hey guys, I'm now home. Sorry, I'm just now coming home from work today. Hope you're doing well. Oh, good, brother. It's good to see you, Greg. We'll be over there in literally, I don't know, about 10 minutes. Right, 10 minutes for the movies.
Don't forget,
and, you know,
we're going to watch the Chronicles, right?
Sorry?
You're going to watch the Chronicles, the Outlander?
No, it's not Outlander today.
What is it?
It's Chosen today.
Oh, Chosen. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Outlanders are Tuesday. Outlanders Tuesday night. Yeah. Shoykend, how you doing, John? Oh, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Be over there soon, man.
Of people, if not thousands of people, and if someone, they definitely know the truth. Now, let me show you a short clip about scientists from a documentary who go to Antarctica, and they will tell you that they are not allowed to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I saw Erebus and wanted to go hiking there and snowboard down it, and I was quickly told no, and then I was off to work. Yeah.
We had been thinking, oh, we're going to Antarctica, and then when you get here, it's like, oh yeah, I've got to work. And you don't put that into your head your first time. You're so excited about coming down that you forget that you're coming down here for a reason. They hurried us off the plane so we couldn't take a look around, and pretty much it was just here, and the next thing we knew, we were in town. So the first thing we really saw of Antarctica was McMurdo, and that's always kind of disappointing sometimes.
McMurdo Station.
I've seen a lot of different personalities come down here. The ones that seem to do the most of it are the diehards or the more grounded people.
Sorry, but it looks like them snow machines have never been used before. Snow bikes.
McMurdo Station sits beside the sea on Ross Island. It's dwarfed by Mount Erebus, the southernmost active volcano in the world. 3 kilometres away, on the other side of the peninsula, is the small New Zealand outpost, Scott Base.
Scott Base.
Scott Base is a lot more typical in size of the other bases dotted around Antarctica. And its proximity to McMurdo is unusual.
Summer population 80, winter population 10.
At Scott Base, you have to live and work in one building. Our accommodation is a very small room. It's like a cell, if you like, or a cupboard.
Hey, I've lived in worse. Hell of a lot worse.
A lot of things here can get to you pretty quickly. especially in winter.
Oh, it's making me dizzy. It's fast. Whoa.
And you cannot change them.
Whoa.
It's like
Slow down.
You cannot argue
It's
much
like touring
about
the
them
space
either,
station, PJ.
Yes. That was so fast, man. Like, slow down.
because this person will be in front of your eyes, you know, on the next smoker. So to be tolerant is very important.
Oh, look at that sun.
Look at those sun dogs.
Look at these sun dogs there, look.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Big.
Look at that.
Why are they so
going
close
on
together?
there?
Yeah, that's a good
Wonder
question.
what's going on there, yeah.
Yeah.
I could live indefinitely here if I could, on occasion, get out. Like I haven't. I've literally gone nowhere since August.
You will get to see some fun stuff, but the main thing you're down
What
here
fun
for
stuff?
is to work. And I
Penguins ain't that fun.
hate to sound cold when it comes to that, but I think a lot of people lose.
Go, Rich.
I didn't say anything. I was just
Oh,
saying
you were
that.
about to say something. Oh, okay, sorry.
Nah.
Lose that focus, and when they come down here and all they get to see is a dish room or get to stare at a computer the whole time, I think they might be a little disillusioned.
Wow, it's 23. I've still got 2 movies to do. In the morning.
We're in a box.
My fault for being
There's
an
no
hour
escape
out
from
late.
each other. You can't get away. You're forced to interact day in and day out, and that you get to know people very, very quickly. You whether those relationships be good or bad, they're going to be very, very intense.
Again, thanks to Roger for phoning me because I fell asleep. I fell asleep making my joints before the stream. I literally was in the chat saying hello to people, saying, look, about to start pretty much. Hour and a half later, Roger phoned me. Sorry about that. So, like I say, guys, I don't sleep much, so sometimes that happens. Sometimes that happens.
But most people
Thanks, Roger.
are thinking about heading home.
Yeah, that's it, Anson. Recently, a bunch of people sat in porta cabins chatting about, oh, it's cold out there. Maybe we should find a 24-hour sun to heat us up.
When the last plane
Guys,
leaves,
plane, look
that's
at
it. You're stuck here for the next 6
Big
months.
old plane, that.
No way out.
So I hope you get my point. Yes, you can go to Antarctica, but no, you are not allowed to explore. And
You are not free. You are not free when you're there. You're controlled. PJ, never feel bad for listening to your body, especially when it comes to sleep. True that. I don't feel bad. But I was ready to go on. I was just about to start. And then, whoop, I'm like, right, I put the kettle on, don't make a coffee. I was sitting there I still haven't made enough. I'm smoking one, I've got one left. That's not enough for the films. So I still got a couple to make. Because usually I like making them beforehand. But yeah, I fell asleep.
not gonna get close to the ice wall, and it's just the host.
It's one of them, you hear your phone going, you wake up, and I was confused. I was like, what? What's going on? What? I thought I was meant to be streaming. Have I already streamed? You know, when you just wake up, I was thinking, oh, maybe I've done it. Anyway.
Story is strange, but as we discussed in the whole episode, the ice wall does exist. Now, there's one more operation you need to know about, and that was called Operation Deep Freeze.
Operation Deep Freeze. Operation Deep Freeze, courage, sacrifice, and devotion. Antarctic Devron 6.
And according to some sources, that's when something shocking was discovered, the so-called firmament, which is a massive celestial dome or a solid barrier above us. Now, when I started my journey, this was the area that was also really wide and really hard to accept. I was thinking, what? There's a dome above us? But knowing what
Scripture says it. A lot of other religions and old what you call it, societies believed in flat as well. You know, they all had a flat cosmology also. Slightly different.
I've never heard,
but yeah, biblically it's there. Scripturally it's there. Go on, bro.
I've never heard of this. What's this thing called, the dome?
No, I don't. Oh, I don't know. It's just something I'm learning about now. Dome over the top of us. I thought we were blasting through a vacuum, never ending. You know, all different vectors, speeds, and rates. You know,
but we're at least rising up at 9.8 meters per second Right?
Yeah, of course.
I know now, I say, wow, there's a dome above us. And for example, here is a CIA document for you talking about the firmament, and there's much more when it comes to the firmament. So let's discuss all.
You want to read that document, obviously, if people watching later, you'll have to pause.
All the details in part 11. Stay blessed.
There you go. Nice one, Mr. British James. I like the fact that he researched it for 3 years and came up with it. You know, seen logic, seen truth. Bless him, man. Bless him. He's doing well with his videos. I think he's doing good. Flats did his we reviewed his very first one in flat sites, remember? Yeah. It's
PJ,
exactly, LJ. He said, that's for you, bro.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
I was reading your name as PJFE what?
Nutcase. Means I'm mental. It means I'm a flat earth retard. I'm off my nut for flat earth. Yeah, it's all because I was annoyed yesterday. I made that video about Drunk Debunk being an absolute hacking. When I said hacking, obviously I was repeating his words. I know it's not hacking. It's not real hacking. But what they do is they change it on their browser. And they can make videos of, well, look at that. Look what he's got on his channel, you know, and make a narrative, make a false narrative about people. Obviously, it's not real hacking. I was being sarcastic in the video, and Drunk Debunk is in the comment section. And I told them this will be my first, and a Territ is in there talking to him, like debunking him and everything, Territ 2006. And I just put one comment in my comment section. Told him what was going on, what he is. I says, I will not reply back to you. Vicky will keep an eye on it. If he gets 2 words, she'll get rid of him.
Nutcase is nuts in the glitter. Pretty nuts.
Yes.
They were trying to make Flats look like a liar when they did it with him, with his email.
Right. Yeah, I mentioned that in my video. I think Vlad was going to use it in his stream whenever he's streaming next. I don't know if he's streaming or if he's already done it or what. Let me just go check, because it was getting views very, very slowly. It was like going from 20 to. I only did it yesterday, but now it's going. It was going up. Yeah, I've got 112 views in it, and that's a lot for my videos. I mean, the only video that's made more than that is my Witsit and German debate. That's got 609 views, and that's the one without the review. In the live with the review, it's got 1.1k.
Witsit doesn't get it. Witsit doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it. Not at all. But yeah, there it is. I don't know if you've seen my video about Drunk Debunk in what he was trying to do with Vlad. But there it is in chat, guys. If you want to see it, it's only 7 minutes long. It's about a little.
Drop the link.
Yeah, I'll put it in private chat for you. I'll put it in private as well. It's about the little clip that Vlad gave me. It's in there. Vlad said he was going to use it. He asked me if he could use it. I said, dude, you don't have to use us. Just do it, man. Because he emailed me, Flats, and sort of with a warning that they were doing this. He gave me a little clip of it. So I reacted to the clip and I think Vlad wants to use it. Right, there you go. Nice one for that. Nice one for waking me up, Roger. We've got to go over to Rumble now and do the movies. But I'll play out with Harry Mark, I think. And then I'll say bye after the Harry Mark. What are you saying, Rog?
Oh, I was going to say that I got a new proof for the Globe yesterday that water towers and slanted lakes.
Oh, yeah, you did. You said apparently water towers proves curvature. Is that what
I don't know how. I didn't get a full detailed description of it.
Well, a water tower is usually a cylindrical shape. You know what I mean? So the water forms to that cylindrical shape. So the edges will be curved.
So mainly it means that those towers are run by the curved water.
Yes.
Well, I can see the meniscus on the side of it bending upward, though. Can you? Just saying, throwing that out there.
Let's play this Harry Martin. We'll get over to Rumble and play his movies. Well, 2 episodes of The Chosen, and then afterwards there's a movie.
It's mental, isn't it?
Oh yeah. If it's not.
I haven't heard from Sean Hawkins in a while. What happened? Has he died or something?
I don't know. Yeah, he's kind of disappeared, hasn't he?
No. Should go over and check, see if Sean's free.
Hamad?
Hi.
Hamad, nice to meet you. How's it going, man? All right? I'm good, man. I'm good. So, yeah, give me some words to freestyle about.
If it is anything, what the name is anything?
Yeah, you want to be part of this? How you doing, man? Oh, appreciate it, man. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's crazy. Amazing. Yeah, let's do a freestyle. So here, you guys can gather right here. This is Hamad we just met. So he's going to throw me some words too.
How about ballet?
Ballet, I love that.
For ballet, for dancing.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow, congratulations. That's so cool. So ballet. What else?
We're from Nashville.
Nashville. Cool. Guitar. Coffee, yep. Football. G? Like the letter G? Okay, got you.
G.
All right. Let me make sure I got him. Don't remind me unless I ask. Ballet, Nashville, guitar, coffee, football, and G. All right, let's get it, y'all. You ready? Yeah. Okay. I'm ready.
Bless you, GR. Bless you, man. Thank you, dude. You're a star.
Born ready. I love it. Here we go.
Sorry, Rog.
I said later, Jay. He said, saying bye.
Appreciate it.
He said bye, Roger. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Yannis says appreciate it, GR.
Yeah. Yeah. When I rhyme, I never do it in a foul way. Lyrics dancing over these beats like it was ballet. Yeah, y'all know I'm the one they always remember. I'ma perform at Lincoln Center, and you're gonna do the same. Trust me, next time, you're gonna be on that stage doing something divine. And you made it this far, you clearly got the passion. I got confidence, I know you about to make it happen. Skills are everlasting. We got mad skill. I let the cash bill from New York to Nashville. Anywhere we at, I prove my mind is magical. I'm gonna have to rock up in the music capital. Yeah, I be spitting crazy flows like what you got in your bottle. My flow is H2O. When I'm flowing off top, yes, I'm truly the bomb. Never ruin the song. Designer like Louis Vuitton. I be grabbing what I see when I'm kicking these reports. He got it on the coat. Yo, we out here in New York. And why? Y'all know we about to get it done. And every time I'm spitting, I be shining like the sun. Listen, I kick them sweet bars, helping people see far. I be plucking your heartstrings like guitars. Yeah, I be singing in tune with the music. My bars are electric, but right now I'm acoustic. No mic up in my hand. Y'all know I be cooking up dope songs. Acoustic guitar, I'm cooking folk songs. Yeah, every time I rhyme the track, I really bend it. Matter of fact, I'm playing guitar like I'm Jimi Hendrix. I get it popping, I got everybody stopping. Now your head is nodding, acting like you got no option. Walking up like, what's going on? And now you recognize it's Mag flowing strong. Coming up with dopest songs, I'ma make it pop. Y'all know I'm doing better, I'm clever. I'm blending colors together just like your sweater. Yeah, H-Mag, man, I'm spitting it raw. Like what you got on your strap, yo, my mouth is a claw. I snap down on instrumentals, y'all know that I'm crushing. I really bring the rhythm like I'm playing some percussion. Yeah, they recognize that my brain is a computer. I guess Harry Mack is the rapper from the future. Yeah, and y'all know over tracks I make it felt. I spit a lot of fire, I make instrumentals melt. Yeah, I do my thing, there ain't no one who could stop me. When I rhyme, I'm about to wake you up just like the coffee. Yeah, H-Mac, I do it for the rap fiends. Posting through your veins with the caffeine. Mad clean lyrics when I'm spitting. Y'all know I be doing the dash. With this music right now, it's a sound clash. I'm trying to get my speaker just a little bit higher, so everyone can hear it and consider it fire. I break it down with spitting, I'm showing people what's good, y'all. Rhyme-wise, I be scoring goals like football. H-Mac, man, you know I don't lose, y'all. Other rappers playing fake versions like foosball. Hey, check the way I keep it in motion. When I rhyme off top, I got the beat overdosing. I be out here getting free. They can't do it quite like me. When it comes to kicking bars, they recognize that I'm a G. Yeah, off of the mental, I do it with no facade. It's gotta be the letter G, cause I'm the rhyme god. Yeah, and I'm always on go. I get busy with the flow. I be gorgeous when I rock the show. I make it felt forever, H-Mac, I came to snap. From New York on the coat to New York on the cap. To New York in these streets, we reppin' for the city. And when it comes to rhymes, y'all know that I spit it gritty. Thanks so much for those words with no exaggeration. This can't happen without y'all, it's a collaboration. Let's go. Hey.
Yay. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fair play. He's good. He's good. At least there was no swearing in that one. No swearing in that one. Not that tag anyway.
I still remember him saying G. I didn't hear him do the word G.
I know, because, well, what G's not a bloody word. It's a letter.
Oh, he said G, definitely.
Oh, did he? Yeah, did he?
Yeah,
Did he?
yeah.
I didn't notice it, actually. I didn't
know.
Just means gangster, doesn't it?
He said like Big G or something like that.
If you're here in the UK and someone says, yo, G, it's just a greeting saying, yo, gangster, even though you're not a gangster. Yo, G. Yo, G. Yes,
Or
say it, yeah.
in England, very popular is horse as well. Horse, yeah.
Hold on, PJ. I want to show you what Sean Hawkins is up to now. Check it out. I'll present it for you.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. This is Sean now.
What?
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. Hold on, let me see. Go to the top again. So, how long ago was his last stream? 9 days ago, and he got how many views on it?
I can't see. Let's see.
He's got 307 subs. He should have more than 13 views.
13. Yeah, that's pitiful. 23, 35. That's the average.
That just shows how. I mean, I don't think. Obviously, I'm not about how many views in that, but that just shows that people don't like what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know, even his own.
He's part of the Department of the Veteran Affairs. Is that what he does? Oh, I didn't know that.
I think the majority of people who are sub to him, they just copy videos and later speak about them and just mock him. That's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, guys, we'll get over to Rumble. Now, do these movies. Thank you for coming to us in YouTube. If you're not joining us in Rumble, bless you guys, and I'll see you tonight. I will not fall asleep before the stream tonight, 11 p.m. after Flats has been on again. The link, I put the link for tonight's stream as well. It's already sorted, because usually I sort it when we're watching the movies, but I did it beforehand so I can watch with you, because sometimes I miss the movies. So I'm sitting here like 7-8 hours doing stuff on the computer while I'm not even watching the movies. You know what I mean? So I've done my stuff so I can just chill with you and watch. So let's do it. Bless you guys. Love yous. See you over the Rumble side. Ta-ta. Heal the sunset's free. It's free.
Indeed.
Indeed. Ta-ta.